Alright, so today we're going to be getting an idea from ChatGPT on how to make a sales solution app that solves a particular sales problem within everyday life of a salesman or a sales manager. I don't know, we're about to find out. But essentially, I've played around with Lovable enough that these are the sort of things that you can do with the tool and connecting it to backend platforms. I've done it with Make, I've done it with n8n, all sorts of things. And really, I want to show you how you can do something very similar by getting an idea literally from ChatGPT. It's never been easier to solve problems these days. So let's see what ChatGPT comes up with. I'm going to say app. I'm an app designer who focuses on solving sales problems. I use AI tools like n8n as my I use AI tools like n8n in my backend to enhance these apps. I think through these solutions considering the sales aspect of every industry, a specific narrow problem that provides a big value to people who use it. Okay, and then we're going to tell it to say list 10 different ideas relating to what I do, problem, and the solution that the AI powered app would solve. Do you need anything else? Don't think so. Let's see what comes up with this. I also don't want this to be too complicated, so just say don't overcomplicate the solution. Keep it specific. Make that very clear. Cool. Lead follow-up delays. Sales reps not following up fast enough or consistently. Bring some common sales problems across industries. Okay. Inconsistent customer data. Proposal bottlenecks. Okay. Churn blind spots. Outreach personalization. That's a good one. Okay, so it's gone and searched real world roots of these problems, which is good. Okay, so here's the list. Lead qualifier. Sales reps waste time manually qualifying leads. App that scores and tags. Okay. Instant follow-up bot. Day in first follow-up kills deals. Okay. AI drafts a personalized first follow-up within 5 minutes. Email reply. I want something that the user can actually, the salesperson can actually play around with and interact with. Proposal autofiller. So that's something. This was something that would essentially fall into the hands of the prospect. Just people hate updating CRM. Okay, something like this. Don't manage multi-channel. I like this. Says people hate updating CRM solution. AI passes emails, calls, and updates contact records automatically. Okay, I like this. It tells people not updating the CRM. We could go one step ahead, and instead of it just getting emails and updating the CRM, why don't we look into something like the salesperson doesn't like going into the computer to update the CRM, so then they can speak into a microphone or something from their phone, and then that goes straight into a CRM system. Because I think this sort of solution can be done without the app, and I want to make the interactability as high as possible for that salesperson. So I think this is a great place to start. Yeah, let's get started. So I think opening up something on my n8n, and it will be receive a webhook, get on post, and then this would essentially lead to, if they're talking about voice or something off their phone, HTTP request. I think we're going to go deepgram API login. Yeah, I think that's a good start because as far as I know, when you talk about updating CRMs, you have to do it. I've got an API key. There we go. Okay. So what was the endpoint? New API key. Let me see. Oh, there we go. That was it. Cool. So we're going to take that. It's going to be our post request. Authentication. None. Create parameters. We'll do that in a second. Actually, do we need parameters? Probably the model. All right, let's go back here. I think it's something like this. Nova 3. Or is it automatic Nova 3? It doesn't matter. Keep it simple. So we're going to do that. Headers, content type. How are we going to send this? The data should be a file, right? So data binary. I'm going to go here, click data binary. Now from this we can also set the headers. So authorization. Go back here. Oh, I can't copy this. Let's make another one. Create key, copy that, paste it. What else we got? Audio. Yeah, of course. I was about to make a silly mistake there. Cool. Anything else? Cool. I think that's a great starting point. We can probably go to Lovable and see what we can come up with. So it's going to look something like this, and then the binary file is just going to be the input from the webhook that we get. So we got the API key, content type, everything. That should be good enough to go. Now we can go to Lovable and put an initial prompt in. Say, I would like to make app where salespeople can seamlessly speak into and upload voice note updates certain information about CRM. So if you've got to think about this, it'll probably be, what do they need to update? So I would say something like sales pipeline. So where the current client is within the sales pipeline, I guess having to say things such as personal info that they want to like note down from the prospect, all these sort of things that kind of come up in your head 1 second and then leave the next, is probably a great place to start. We'll see if we can add anything else later on, but I think those two things. So personalized info is a huge one that updates certain information about the lead into the CRM. The voice note will send a file and audio file to this webhook, and we'll just come over here, copy that. The information, do I need something from here? Yeah, okay. The information add to the salesperson will be one of personal notes about the person, current place in the sales pipeline. What else? Next meeting. I guess that's automatic. Let's say notes for meeting. That's great to start off with. Add the following to the options that can make a voice note. So I'm thinking it'll be like they log in, say what they want to update out of these 3 steps of using the app. 1, log in, click option that they want to update, speak, voice note, record, and then we'll just say uploads data into webhook. Cool. We can make that, and we can see what comes up after a while. So we'll just wait here and see. In the meantime, I guess we can start setting up our agent, I guess. So if we go our agent, we'll make a prompt, say very basic role. You are a CRM assistant who has a knack for being organized and executing things precisely. Task: you will be given new info to update to the CRM. Say lead to update. Oh, that's right, we need to make sure that the lead name will be updated. Lead name to update, one of, what do we say here? One of personal notes. Personal notes about the person, current place in the sales pipeline, and for the meeting. You will then use their Airtable tool to, we're going to do this on Airtable, that's going to be our CRM, to update the CRM accordingly. Anything else? Notes. Be precise and accurate at all times. Alright, that's good enough. Chat model. ChatGPT. Oh, I need a new API key. So let's do Claude for now because I've got the one for Claude. But I guess this would be something either or. Ideally ChatGPT, but this would be good as well. Cool. And Airtable. I need to go into Airtable. Let's make a new base. Notes we're going to keep. Status we're going to keep. Assignee. Okay, we can make this user. Cool. And then this can be, let's go back. So notes about the person. Pipeline status. Engaged. Qualified. Meeting. Booked. Closed. What else do we need? Notes for the meeting, of course. Text. I guess that's good enough to start off with, right? Right. So now we need to go to Builder Hub and get our API key. Create new token. Sales, CRM, update, app, scope, read, write, schema bases, read. And I'm going to put schema bases right as well. Cool. This will be our new base, which is still in the name. That's our API key. Easy as that. Paste. Awesome. Cool. And we've got those ready. Put in our base, table. What have we got here? Get record. Right, we need operation to create. Do you want to get record? Nah. Let's keep it simple. So name, any notes, meeting notes. I guess should probably name this to be more clear. Let's go back. Sales CRM updater. Not the fanciest name. Lead notes. Okay, perfect. Going back here, looks like everything should be fine. We can connect our Superbase to sign in. We're just gonna keep this simple for now. So we can do that, and we can do, just gonna do a password here, test. Awesome. Now we can do the meeting notes. Now we're gonna receive, oh, okay, pipeline status would have to be one of these, but since, okay, easy. So what we can do here for pipeline status is simply, so what's happened here is I don't want the AI to fill out this field. I would like the AI to fill out this field because I'd like this to be dynamic. So I'm not sure if we can do the same thing here. Let's just double check. What was it called? Pipeline status. Yep. And then let's just add make it so that the user name is also sent to the webhook. That's gonna update as well. Okay, so now we'll probably have the username in the data. So what we can do is we can try to test this webhook by just clicking test this webhook here, clicking the play button. Let's say we're going to add personal notes, and then we're going to go start recording. This lead has blue here, upload to CRM, and we've gotten that response. So that's been uploaded to the CRM, and that's exactly the information that we're going to send to DeepGram. So the file name is right there, and we can just click audio here because that's what's going to get sent to the post request on DeepGram. Transcribe everything, send it to our LLM, see the information, and then the agent is going to act accordingly, right, with our CRM. Cool. Let's actually just click this. We can have the whole interface outside of Lovable so it doesn't reload. Now, I'd like, let's map everything actually. I deleted that, so let's map everything and make sure that everything is like functioning properly before we do anything else on Lovable. This is a test. Make sure that that's on. Upload to CRM. Cool, receive that. Cool, I think this is all done. I'm pretty sure we've done everything here. Yep. Right, so I put the content type in the query parameters, which would have been nasty error there. Let's get rid of that. No query parameters. These two headers. The data. It seems right to me. Send it to our LLM. We've got define below prompt. Right, so let's test, since we've got this going, let's just test this step and then we have everything else. Okay, so there's an error. Unauthorized credentials. Authorization, did I do that right? Token. Knew there was going to be something wrong with that. Let's try that again. Cool. We got the information. Now we can go over here and go to the user. Let's see what results came through on the webhook. Option type, so personal notes, update, leads. We need an option to say what lead to update. We'll do that in a second. Do the option there. The username we're gonna put it straight into this node here. to update. Where was it? The name of the user, that's going to go there. Now going back here, we need to send over the transcript, which is here. This is a test, that's what I said. Cool. User message. So it knows where to update and what to update it with. We just need an identifier. I guess we can just say it into the microphone as well for the lead. And a really good version of this, you could probably integrate your whole CRM. So your Airtable would talk to the app, and then you click on the lead, because all the data will be updated and whatnot, and then you could speak into it from there. But I guess from now we can just speak into the mic, which is how I would see a salesperson using this anyway, most likely. Now we can go into, I just realized this would have to be an update. I have to do that all over again, but it would have to be an update because we're updating the existing leads that are already there for them to add. It probably could make a create. We'll probably add that in. All right. Columns to match on will be name. Yeah, that's everything should be right here. Just double checking. I think I will have to just talk into it. So save that and try running it again. All right, cool. So let's go into meeting notes, and I want to say allow while visiting the site. Make sure to talk about lead pipelines with Kai Rivera for meeting notes. You didn't have to say that meeting notes part, but just to make sure, you know. So we're going to upload that and see if everything works accordingly. Okay, so we got an error on Airtable. Pipeline status, let input. Expect one of the following values. Engaged, qualified, meeting booked. All right, so this, right, so it's not updating that in particular. Let's just make this engaged or something. What else we got? Meeting notes. And it didn't look at the name properly, so that would have been an error. So now we got to figure out how we can input the name properly. So what I'll do is I'll actually add a functionality to solve that problem. So every time the voice note is recorded, the user must fill out what lead this will be for. And then, so in that case, we don't have to deal with the problem of actually, you know, having the AI guess how the spelling of whatever it is that we're doing, which could very easily lead to an error, you know. So make it so that every time the voice note is recorded, the user must fill out what lead this will be for, and then we're going to send this to the webhook under the name variable. All right, so it seems like we've got that new functionality in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure the flow is ready to test again. We'll see how different this becomes. So I reloaded the website here, and we've got meeting notes, enter the lead name. There you go. So Kai Rivera, continue. Talk about sales pipelines and revenue numbers. So we're going to upload that to the CRM now. Already received the information, transcribed it. Okay. Doesn't seem like we worked on the Airtable. Let's see what happened. I'm guessing the webhook is different. To match name. Cool, so this would just be, yep, didn't update it. We'll just use this as this. And the lead notes, everything else will be defined by the model. All right. Save that and try it again. All right. Let's see if it works now. Personal notes. Kai Rivera. This guy's got blue hair. Is it on? Yep. Send. Right. So because I changed all the values, I think it wasn't working. So we can do this. Right, now pipeline status, this is what I was going to change before, and I just forgot actually. We're going to make this into a single line text, yep. Convert. Oh, yeah, we're going to try that now actually. Change to lead converted. Send that over. Transcribe. What seems to be the issue? Oh, okay, so lead to update. Now we're going to put the name there. It's good when AI helps you troubleshoot as well. One more time. Lead to update is Kyle Rivera. Continue. Change this to first meeting done. Cool. So there are a few things I needed to just edit within the prompt and some of the sheets and stuff. So firstly, I made everything a string just for demo purposes. Normally, if you had plenty of people going into this, you'd probably add this as users and then save all of the users dynamically into a Supabase backend, which remember at the start I chose not to do. So that was one thing that I did. And then the other thing was that the AI wanted the previous records to really make this update happen when in reality it didn't actually need that. So I just a bit of prompting editing here, which can happen. These LLMs interpret things that may need certain requirements that aren't actually necessary. So it was just a prompting thing as well on my side. This was a pretty basic prompt that I put in, but essentially everything should be ready to go now. And let's have a go at that again. So for Kai Rivero, the first meeting has been done and the second meeting has already been booked. If you upload that, it will receive everything, update everything accordingly, and if you go to the Airtable, exactly what we said will go into the pipeline. And essentially, there's your first version of your app. To go further in depth with this, I would probably make a functionality to create new contacts within Airtable. I would probably make a new Airtable tool here, and then make the create function. And then for this, I could also put in a new functionality in here that says just create new contact. And then you would prompt the AI saying, well, the user can also add a new contact in. And for that, you'd have to use the create new record tool using Airtable. And that's essentially how you'd go about improving this, But again, we got the idea from ChatGPT and we made it happen very, very quickly. Again, the idea of Lovable and using this for the projects that you have for your business, for your clients, this stuff is really helpful. And if you can learn the basics, that it takes a simple backend like n8n, which makes it so easy for you to integrate AI agents and enhance the workflow, the processes, whatever you need for yourself, for other businesses. It's a really powerful thing. So I hope you could extract that information from that and maybe also some troubleshooting live as well that occurred. So with that, thanks for watching again, and I'll catch you in the next one.